All right, everybody, this is a Moto Stars video. We're going to be watching some crashes and close calls. This is, I believe, a 2.5, maybe 3-year-old video. Let's see if the plan method still applies to these older crashes and close calls. So the whole idea is that if you're a new rider, we're going to make sure that we don't make the same mistakes. Hey, that's a moose. That's random. Got a little freaked out, applied the brakes a little bit hard. Did a good job, because you never know. Man, if that thing crossed in front of you, you're dead. So here we go. We're going to be focused heavily. Hey, it's an intersection. It's a roundabout. We're going to focus heavily on road riding. The street off-road riding is pretty interesting, but it's not my expertise. So we're all in a group ride, and Jeffrey crashed on the ground, unless that's Jessica this time. Let's do it and take a look. The whole point, like I said, is we're going to do the plan method, but we can also rescue. Oh, let's get that out of the way. It looks like Jessica. Let's go ahead and rescue Jessica. So it was a crash. That looks like motorcycle, everything except for the pants. I think those are actually motorcycle sneakers. Those used to be very popular. I prefer motorcycle boots that actually go up a little bit more. Okay, so highly recommend that. But she did crash. So she went a little bit wide in the corner. We're trying to maintain our staggered formation. It's a little bit hard for newer riders, especially going through these roundabouts and corners and intersections. So she just went a little bit wide. It is what it is. Made a mistake. So that's why I teach you guys in the Smart Rider motorcycle training system. You got everything here. You know, the Smart Rider drills, rescue, and riding smart. And there's also a cone kit. If you want to practice your drills, you only need 10 cones for everything I put in the books. But we're supposed to be practicing this. It's more of a slow speed maneuver. Went up and over, but somebody did crash. So let's go ahead and rescue them. Get a nice little rescue card. So she's walking. That's a good sign. That means her legs are working. We're moving on. All right, so we're passing. Open lane pattern. Okay. Whoa, did not see the motorcycle rider. Interesting. So typically what we see, what's up, buddy? Typically what we see is we're on fire. Right here. Okay, so we typically see from the, I'm pointing to the back, but it's really the front for you guys. So back there, behind the truck, we typically see from the motorcycle rider's perspective, because they're the ones with the GoPros. We now have a dash cam. That's very cool. We see a big open area, big long line of cars on the right, and big open area. So we're going to pass. Okay. And then we see, because we're passing, we see all of a sudden pull out in front of us. So right here, we have a truck that pulled out to pass this truck right here. Why are we, the motorcycle rider, in this lane already? Because we made the same decision as this truck driver. The truck driver just did not see us. They tend to not see us. I wonder why they chose not to see us. I don't know. It could just be their brain shut off. I don't know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't understand why they didn't do it, but they didn't. It is what it is. So what can we do if somebody pulls out in front of us when we are passing and they want to pass? Okay, we find the escape. We have an escape right here on the shoulder if we needed to, or super close to the line if we needed to. Because it's going to be a little bit hard to brake, but we need to at least swerve. So what do we do here as the motorcycle rider? Look at that. Found the escape. Got a little angry. I prefer the thumbs down versus the little finger. But what I want us to focus on, if we're the motorcycle rider, yes, we're angry. Yes, we're pissed. Yes, we're in a fear for our life. Yes, it creates a massive overwhelm of feelings, which comes out into our behaviors, which comes out into our finger, which points a laser right at the driver and hopefully causes a reaction for the driver to maybe fix their crap. Okay, cool. I get it. The main thing is, let's regulate that as best we can. Let's go ahead and keep that internalized for now, because we are in a dangerous spot and we need to look ahead and we need to get back into our lane. And then when we're in a safe environment, then we can decompress. Then we can go ahead and go through those emotions. And then we can check our pants. You know, that's the thing, is we need to get ourselves out of the danger before we can focus on this kind of stuff. That's all. But did a good job on the escape. That's exactly what you would have to do. So get back in your lane. Focus ahead. Focus ahead. You're going to go off road. All right. Oh. Yoink. All right. So we target fixated on the problem instead of the solution. We had plenty of time. We're going to go ahead and accelerate out. We're looking back. We see them coming. At this point, let's not try to fight for it. Let's not try to be right. Now, 3 things that we can do. Emergency swerve, emergency brake, emergency accelerate. He chose emergency accelerate. We are so far away from this person that in order for us to emergency accelerate out of it, we have to literally jump through space and time to get on the other side. We have so many more options. We can swerve left. We can straighten it up and apply the brakes. Yeah, we could try to emergency accelerate, but it just wasn't the best choice. So that's the whole point. We're trying to learn from it. We're only going 33 miles per hour. It's going to be very easy to get down to 10 or 0 with just straightening it up and applying emergency braking. Or just, I'm not going to slow down, and then just swerve left. We only applied the brakes right before impact. That's it. Could have done it back there. That's all it is. Now, if it's like, oh crap, what are you doing? And you just keep going because you're like, oh crap. That's a panic response. That's a panic response.
Oh my days.
Hey, you good?
What?
You good?
You good? All right, just cruising with our buddies. We have a sharp, it's not really sharp, but we don't have a lot of road to work with. So we're just gonna chill. You can kind of see, oh, we're going a little too fast for our skill, went off the road. So if we're in a group ride, we don't need to keep up with everybody. We can just ride our own ride. Like I said, there was not a lot of road to make mistakes. He's got full gear, so that's a good thing. Hopefully they're talking on their Cardo Pack Talk edges. Links in the description for everything, including the books, all the affiliates and sponsors. Check them out. Rock form, everything. Phone-friendly mounts. All right, here we go. Downshift, SK. Oh! Yeah, I would. There you go. Pull off. And I might wait for it to be safe to turn around and help assist, because you could be practicing your rescue skills. You know, it's a good opportunity to practice.
Are you okay? Are you okay? Hold on.
Good job. Try before you pry.
Be slow. You're good.
What is it, 12-year-old? What the heck?
It's okay.
A little bit of blood.
Come on.
Lacerations from the...
Come in one more, bro.
There you go. I love it. So part of rescue is you remain calm. So he was remaining calm. Okay. So, and he told someone to call 911, ensured his own safety, kept looking around. And now we're going to check for any major bleeds. That's very nice. Very good.
You okay? Come on. Call 911. Call 911, bro.
All right, we're speeding here. We're going to have to go around everybody. Oh, there's a curb there. Didn't follow that. Oh, no. Slipping, sliding. Landed it. Okay. Slow it down. Lane splitting.
Out very quickly that lane splitting at such speed.
All right. Any open spots. There's the open spot. We're going to go and swerve out of the way. Swerve back. Very nice. Handled it. Very good. Could have been a lot worse. He did not panic. Here we go. We're going through here. And what do we got? Slow it down. Good job. Because you couldn't see. The line of sight issue. You don't know if anybody's going to turn left. Thankfully, they didn't keep going. They're opening up the view, possibly. Or they're about to go and stopped. All right, what do we got here? We're boxed in. Don't like it. Switch lanes. We did the open lane pattern ourselves. Open lane pattern again. They did the open lane pattern. You guys see what I'm talking about? You guys starting to see the open gaps where people can go? We want to do the same thing here. We don't want to be stuck behind this vehicle, so we wanted to pass. Now the road kind of narrowed, so we can't. Maintain a space cushion. Give yourself a better space cushion than this. Don't be impatient. When it was okay to go, like, why are we getting upset? Not a big deal. You're upset because they're not doing what you want them to do. That's really what it is. It's a little immature. All right. Oh, they might back up on you. Yep. Don't park right behind with this small of a space cushion. You need to give yourself enough of a space cushion behind a vehicle to where you can go around the vehicle. Or if you want to be this close, be more off to the side. So if they do back up, they don't hit you. Okay? There's no reason to be on people's butt. I get it. Like, some ideas are like, if I create a big gap, then somebody's going to take my gap. Okay, well, then they took it. I'm just preparing myself for any idiots that do any idiots things. And there's a lot of people that do this. When I'm this close, there's nothing I can do. And the reason why I say this is not because I've seen this 100 times, probably thousands of times at this point, is that it happened to me within the first year of riding. I was in a parking lot, and a person backed up and tippity tapped my front tire on my Harley. And from then on, I'm like, how could I solve this problem? How can I solve this problem? I'm just not going to be near anybody. Yeah, pretend they have cooties and give them space.
Oh, what the?
I would have went back into the parking lot and double checked my rim, just double checked everything before I started speeding off like this. I already have their license plate. I have it on camera. Now we're all over the place. You see how like your state of mind can really influence you to do dangerous things? Now they're gonna get on the highway. Now you're gonna go highway speeds with a potentially damaged rim, potentially damaged suspension system, when you already have their license plate. You already have the make and model, and they left the scene of a motor vehicle accident. So let the cops handle it. Call it in, because now you're putting yourself in more danger. And if they're willing to go run away from a motor vehicle accident, you don't know if they might be able to just want to sideswipe you right there, drop you, and then they can get away in their mind.
Despite the big problems with the bike,
Just cruising, 60.
And managed to get this situation under control.
We're slowing down. Oh, we're having transmission issues or something. Pulling the clutch. Yeah, I was gonna say he was going 60 in 6th gear on a sport bike. Something happened. Did he run out of gas? So that was smart of him because he's still in gear, so he pulls in the clutch, which makes it basically neutral. So just keep going. If you want to turn off the bike, it is what it is. But the thing is, he already did it. So he did the engine shut off. This right here, the key is just for the battery. I wouldn't be too concerned about that. So I want to see him. So right here we're going, right? So you see the engine shut off switch the engine shut off is off, because if you click it to shut off the engine, it's on. It's a weird thing, right? So just I guess I don't know. Anyways, engine kill switch. That's a better term, because then you turned it on, so it kills the engine. So anyways, long story short, pulling the clutch, we're starting having issues. We're in 6th gear. You tried to downshift. Let's just say we're in 6th gear, now 5th gear. It's like, instead of worrying about downshifting, especially if the bike is just pretty much dead and the engine's not running anymore, just pull in the clutch, because now you're going to be in neutral and you have this long runway right here, and you still have brakes, but go start cruising to the edge and getting onto the shoulder, and just letting the inertia and the friction, the laws of motion, to slow you down. And if you need to, you can apply the brakes. But I wouldn't be too concerned about much outside of that. So there you go. Shut off the engine. Turn off the key. I wouldn't worry too much about the key, because now we're keeping both hands off the handlebars. We have one on. Just do this. And then don't worry about taking it off. Chain. That's what happened. Chain fell off. All right. Got very lucky. It could have been really bad.
O ja cię! O kurde!
Oh, where are you going, dude? Oh, I thought the guy was going to go into the hill. Oh, somebody already did. A little too fast. Didn't realize there's a giant hill in the roundabout, and wrapped his bike around the pole. Yep. Slow it down. Realize that there's an intersection coming up. Time to rescue.
Oh, yeah.
Full gear. He's walking. That's a good sign. All right. Your GoPro disappeared. So we're passing all of our friends. We're speeding. We're having our fun. Hopefully there's no turns coming up ahead or have a speed wobble. Almost hit a buddy maybe. All right. So slow it down. All right. So this is what we have to do. They like to take all the lanes because there's bad drivers out there. Let's not get angry. We just anticipate that people do stupid stuff like this. Let's just stay away from other vehicles. Ride staggered with cars, just like you're in a group ride. When you're out riding solo, you're riding in a group ride with cars. You're always in a group ride. So here we go. Nice little swerve. Handled it. Stop sign come up ahead. Oh, we see rain. So slow it down way back there. Good job with the brakes. Good job. Oh, no. Ooh. Hey, truck driver, you have to go into your lane. That's pretty scary. So he's paddle walking back. Thankfully, that Chevy saw us. Big fear. All right, so we're in a car. Please. There it is. Yep. Left turners typically do that. We typically run into them. Yep. Oh, what's up, bus? Good swerve and didn't maintain the swerve to go off-road. Swerved back to get into our lane. Very lucky he only had this much room, but you guys can see that's what's possible. Right. Oh, oil. That's definitely oil. What? Why are you going over it? You see it. Why are you putting your foot on it too? Let's stay away from the oil. It's very obvious. All right. You got to watch for road surface hazards, guys. All right. Open lane pattern. Anybody want to switch over because our lane is moving? There it is. There it is. So he found the escape off to the left. You can accelerate out or let him in. At that point, I would have accelerated into my escape, but did fine. He's doing this on purpose to slow down the truck. He's doing it on purpose to slow down the truck. Don't agree with it, but that's what they do. Pay attention. He did the open lane pattern. He's doing another one. Is he gonna do another one? He doesn't want to be stuck. He wants to go in the faster lane. You see how we do it too? It's a natural thing. This truck is giving space to let them keep doing that stupid stuff. And now we have the motorcycle rider with bunny ears getting pissed off because he didn't get what he wanted. Impatient, angry, immature because he can't manage it. Doesn't have the skill level to understand what he's doing wrong either. So there's no growth mindset there. And you look kind of ridiculous with that helmet doing all that. Truck driver, just get back in. Don't let the motorcycle rider pull you into their drama. That's what they want. You stay calm, cool, collected, professional, kind, graceful, and that pisses off people like this even more. They want you to do what the truck driver just did and get out of the vehicle and start a fight because they want you to join them in their dysfunction. That's what they want. Don't give it to them. Defend yourself. I'm not saying don't. Defend yourself. If they try to pull open your door, they actually pull open the door and they start assaulting you, then go ahead, or trying to. It is obviously there's intent to do it. He's damaging you and your property, doing all that stuff. But at the end of the day, don't join in people's dysfunction. They're going to bring you down. All right? You guys can do whatever you want, but let's add that to more of like a relationship thing, you know? Strangers just arguing. But we don't do that here. We have slices of pizza for you. So go ahead and grab a slice of pizza, and I'll see you guys on the next video.